Hey everybody, Jamie Howell here again, back after a while away. So, here's this week's Howl at the Moon blog for Right on the River. Calling this one WWI, Writing While Intoxicated. So, Hemingway didn't drink and write. He wrote and drank in that order, and that's an important point. That mythical image of Hemingway, typing away, utterly relaxed, condensation beating on a chilled martini is one that I grew up loving, and turns out it's utter fantasy. It didn't happen. The man drank, all right, but he didn't drink and write. Some dumbass reporter asked him once if it was true, but he went to work with a pitcher of martinis every day. And the irate Hemingway shot back the following quote. He said, "Jesus Christ, have you ever heard of anyone who drank while he worked? You're thinking of Faulkner. He does that sometimes, and I can tell right in the middle of the page when he's had his first one. Besides, who in hell would mix more than one martini at a time?" So lots of writers have tried writing while intoxicated. While I was busy, picking up my high school diploma and hitting on Wenatchee girls, Stephen King was staying up until midnight writing Tommyknockers with cotton swabs up his nose to stem the cocaine-induced bleeding. Sure, I'd love to have a novel even a little bit as successful as Tommyknockers, but the sober Stephen King of today looks back on those times with sadness. He thinks of it as work done in a haze, that he describes it as only marginally competent. I can't imagine that's a good way to feel about a book of yours that will be sitting on people's shelves forever. Ultimately, King concluded that, quote, the idea that creative endeavor and its mind-altering substances are entwined is one of the great pop intellectual myths of our time. I recently conducted a mini study in which I kept on index cards, a record of how many drinks I had on any given day and how much writing I got accomplished each day. And it didn't even take a month to see proof of the pattern I suspected I might find. If I drank, I didn't put out as many words the following day, if I put out any at all. And I'm sure that if I looked at it deeper, I'd find that the writing I did produce probably wasn't as sharp or insight-filled as I might wish as well. Well, booze slows the mind, and my mind races, and so slowing down has a certain powerful appeal to me. But writing a novel is no place for a slow mind. If I've learned anything over the past year, it's that whatever faculties I may possess, I need them to be firing on all cylinders. So I got to give up that intoxicating image of Hemingway. But that shouldn't be as hard as I thought now that I know that that image, it turns out, is false. Writing while intoxicated is a literary offense punishable by weak writing and long-term artistic failure. Enhanced WWI patrols now in force. Cheers.